naughty.
Just like you.
Kind of, yes.
Wow. All right.
Jade colored. What would that make it?
Like lime or grass?
Taste either like lime or grass. It's like a very sweet apple.
Oh, maybe it was the pear one.
That's nice.
Was it like freckled?
Oh no.
All right. You guys are good sports. Thank you for playing Bean Boozled with us. Buttered popcorn.
Dead fish is the winner.
Yeah, buttered popcorn's okay. It's not my favorite, but it's better than rotten eggs.
God.
So it's
Pure black.
okay.
It's fun to see you make
Thank
That
you
was
guys.
so much fun. Thanks for inviting us. Oh my God.
Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a handful of audience questions next. The easiest way for me to do this is I'm just going to kind of like step just there. And if you have a question, if you wouldn't mind just queuing up right here, we'll do maybe 5 or 6. We'll have time, I think, for that. You can either ask it to the panel or to someone specific. Someone's going to come down. If you do have one, come right up here. And we'll try to keep it to just one question, if we can. A quick one question. All right?
I could make a comment about what the Beatles it became, well, the first movie that Harry Potter did that had that candy.
There you go.
That's true.
And that's what you've been eating. It's still
Oh, it's from those twins.
Like the Birdie Bots.
Yeah, they made those. Oh, I know.
There you go. There you go.
Okay, thank you.
You've been eating those.
I get it.
The different types.
Okay.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, it's from the Harry Potter. Okay.
He usually gets the burgers.
Oh, there you go. You normally get the
I
butters.
get it.
Thank you. All right, what's your question?
All right. This one's mainly directed towards Carolina. About the horse question, you said you fight 100 tiny horses. Would you boop every horse?
First of all, I love you, it's Carolina. That's how my web series starts. Hi, it's Carolina. No, it's Carolina. So it happens every day of my life, I just thought I'd let you know. I would boop all of them and then they would all just disappear. Of course.
Beautiful. Thank you.
That was good.
Great question.
Great.
My question is to Carolina.
Carolina.
How did you get your role in Grand Theft Auto 5?
Okay, sorry, just say that again. I didn't hear.
How did you get your role in Grand Theft Auto?
Oh, you know, I worked for Rockstar Games doing Max Payne 3 before that, and which we had to speak Portuguese in. But then I told the director guy, I'm like, hey, if you ever need Spanish, I also speak Spanish. And they did indeed need a Colombian voice for Taliana Martinez, so that's how I got GTA a few years later. They remembered me. It was good. Thank you.
Punched myself. All right, here you go.
I'm great. Okay. Hi there. First off, happy Canada Day to you guys.
Thank you.
Canada Day to you.
I think a question for sort of all of you guys, particularly Jill. I noticed in a lot of anime, it seemed like most voice actors were Canadian-based or American-based, but you coming from, I guess, the UK as well, and noticing that a lot of characters who have accents, European accents mainly, in anime are voiced mainly by Americans or maybe Canadians. So in your experience, I don't know, what is the voice acting scene in Europe like compared to America?
Well, that's tough. Because I live in Canada. But no, it's a good question. It's a good question. I've lived here since 1969. I do get a lot of French roles, sort of English accent with, a French accent in English, and I sort of made it a thing to have different accents. When I wanted to get onto CBC Radio, I became the person who could do a New Zealand accent and whatever. You know, I just go and study at the library. So I don't know what the whole European situation is because I only know from Canada. I don't know. I don't know how else to answer the question, really. I don't always want to be British in the roles I do, but obviously I tend to get stuff I'm sort of upper class, even though my background is like Cockney. I very rarely get Cockney parts. But there you are. Yes.
If I could elaborate a little bit on that question around if you have seen any differences between the Canadian voice acting, because there's a studio here in Vancouver versus the US, if any of you have done any of the cross-border kind of stuff.
I haven't, but Ron has.
Share?
The first obvious thing is you have to be careful of pronunciation. Outs and abouts and process and data and data. So every time I go in to do a commercial read or a cartoon, I ask if it's going to be for the American market or the Canadian market, because you have to be very aware of different pronunciations of words. So that's one real obvious one. Aside from that, it's pretty similar. You're a voice actor and you're in a booth.
The studios are different. The studios, they have bigger budgets often.
In the US?
Well, actually, probably not in anime, but in the bigger in LA, the bigger studios. So they have all the actors all the time. We don't always do that.
Fair enough. Perfect. All right, thanks. Thank you for your question.
Well, happy Hannah Day. Thank you for coming to Calgary.
Happy Canada.
Thank
Thank you.
I was wondering if you could tell us, what was your most recent audition?